Hello, can you hear me? Alright, as it says here from Gustavo. Let me get my Lynch voice out for this one. Good evening, it is December 12th, 2021, and you can't believe it's Sunday once again! Oh, thank you very much, Cecil. Caesar? Is it Caesar? Caesar's Crossing? Thank you very much. I appreciate the $20. We've been going hard lately. Alright, everyone, let me, sorry, the music's a little loud in my ears. Let me just lower the music a little bit more. I might leave it on because. Right. I am tired. It is dark in here. I am a little bit tired. I've been working very hard. I was working till 4 AM last night to get the Mind Game video out because I had other engagements. But tonight, I might chat for a tiny bit, but then I need to get into drawing. I have 3 people to draw for this next video, which is on the Animatrix. I'm going to do it on stream because per tradition, I should say, every Sunday I tend to stream. I'd like to keep that up, even though I'm a little bit out of it. We might not go for too long, but I have a lot of drawing to do, so yeah, 3 drawings. How long will it take me to do 3 drawings? I guess this stream will be a grade for me to figure out how fast I can draw 3 things. Maybe, hopefully I don't go too rough on them, but, you know, compromises might need to be made, we'll see. I can't be too too crazy of a perfectionist, I don't believe. Anyway, let's check the chat on this one. Right, everything good? Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, Caesar. It is. Yeah, I think that was Caesar, right? But yeah, like, well, I like to keep my right. To be fair, this is lighter than I usually go. But you know, when you've got to be on a camera, I'm throwing lights at myself. So there's like 3 lights on in this room. So yeah, everyone can hear me. It sounds like, so that's good. That's grand, even. I hope everyone's enjoying 4C month. Basically, we released a video yesterday, very early on, about Mind Game. Possibly the most difficult thing to talk about in my experience. I remember writing that script, and it was really a struggle because I couldn't really think how I could like talk about something that's so abstract and like out there. Like, so a lot of the video became a kind of more like first-person exploration through Iwasa's career at that point, and like what he was thinking he was going on and all that sort of stuff. And that sort of effect also came into my Tech on Concrete video, which was written afterwards, but I think took an even stronger version of that like attempt on it, which made the Tech on Concrete video incredibly hard to edit actually in the time frame. Mind Game was similar, but I'd found some tricks. I'd gotten a little better at like doing the quotes. I found ways to do them a little faster than I used to, which is good. So I'm working on that as we go. But yeah, thanks Caesar for the $20. I'll put it to good use, hopefully. I'll try to at least. We've still got another 6 videos, I guess 7 videos. Probably 7 videos in total to finish. The 7th being the final full big cut of them all together. With a couple, there's going to be a couple caveats in it. I was doing a little bit more research, and from what I gather, it's hard for me to tell. I need to double check my copy, but Steam Boy seems to have been animated by 4C, kind of, but it was a Sunrise production. So there was like probably 3 or 4 different like animation companies inside Steam Boy. I mean, it was like a 10-year production. So like if you look at the credits, you can see Madhouse on like CGI, you can see Telecom, you can see 4C. 4C tends to be credited more so because, at least to Otomo's perspective, the idea for Steam Boy came out of his short from Memories, and the team that worked on that. But like, yeah, there was a lot of complications in terms of it needed to be digital, and like animating digitally was like quite new back then. So like, you know, this was middle 90s when they were trying to do this, and like CGI as well. Like a lot of that stuff really pulled them back because they were just a little bit too early to a lot of those trends. So it took them a lot longer to do a lot of it than it would have if they'd started later even. Oh, DFox, thank you very much for the $5. Jesus Christ. I'll take all. I very much appreciate all the donations. We've been working very hard lately. I'm trying not to overdo it. That's why I try to get a lot of the prep for 4C month was done the last couple of months before we even started. But I was kind of hoping to have gotten more done before we started. I got about half of them in a close state. Like I think I was like 5 or 6 videos done by the time we start in December, and now I've ran out of lead. But considering like I guess we're 9 videos, so there's only 6 more videos to go. I think that's right, 6 videos. Yeah, and the Animatrix ones, I think the Animatrix one shouldn't be too hard to do because it's mostly clip selection, and there's a couple quotes in it, but I don't think they'd be too difficult to throw in. So that one it's probably gonna be quite long, but it might not be too hard to finish. And after that, we may have to spend some time writing up the last couple, because I've got half written. There is one more audio I've recorded, but I probably will release it later on. That feels more right to me. It's like the last one I could get a hold on. It's like the last animation movie they've done, and it's not very long, so I feel like it would be better to throw that in later on, just because it's in context to some stuff that I haven't released yet. I've like half written Children of the Sea. Probably have to watch it again and then look through all my notes. I've got quite a lot of notes on the Berserk trilogy because I watched that with a friend the other week. Well, I guess it was a couple of days ago now. So there's those 2, and then I got Motherfuckers, I think it's called, or Mutafuckers, or how do they call it? I got that somewhere in the house. So I need to sit down and watch that. I don't know what else we have actually. Trash, nice. Glad you're enjoying the videos. And Mr. Enjoyer, hello, how you doing? Monte Cristo, what's up? Monte Cristo, you said you found something from Brand New Day of 4C. Is that a music video they did? I'm trying to find 2009 from it's on Katsuka, I guess. Or was it yeah, Katsuka. Is it one of their music videos? I think you mentioned it before, did you? Give me a second, I'm trying to flip back through. If you found any rare info on them, DM it to me on Twitter. Yeah, I might get to mention it. Unfortunately, like, because if it's just a music video, and there's so much to cover with 4C that I probably won't talk about it too much, unless the information is particularly like insightful. Like we're gonna go like super speed through some of the music video stuff, because there'll be a segment in the video about the big music video album project that Koji Morimoto did with in 2004, and that will probably where I'll skim through a lot of the other music videos he's done. Same with like Genius Party will probably be, I probably might start Genius Party by skimming through a lot of the other productions, like the short selections that 4C has done, opposed to giving them the whole section. How's it going, Nina? Yeah, Memories is pretty cool. Oh, what, the shirt? How's it going, old horse? Have you not seen the shirt before? Wait, can you see it on stream? Let me check it for you. It's my favorite shirt. This is a bootleg shirt I found somewhere. Born to Hug. Welders are cool. Cuddle them all. 1989. I am cute girl. And a very large number of nice people. This is my iconic shirt. This is the iconic STEVEM shirt now, as worn in the Nausicaa video. I haven't talked about Jinro. Maybe one day. How's it going, Greg? Hug the camera? Oh, I'm too tired to hug the camera. Yeah, Mutafuckers, I'm not really sure how I'm going to feel about it. I know that the character, I think it's the character designer from Tekkon Kinkreet, who's very talented in his own right, he did the directing on it. But he was also like the art director, if I'm right, on Steam Boy and Children of the Sea. He's a very talented guy. I don't know where I'm going to stand on it. I hope I enjoy it, because I'm going to be blunt with everyone. The second half of like 4C's career, from the 2010s onwards, as soon as Morimoto left, I feel very mid about most of their work after that. It kind of feels like, and something Michael Arias once said about the brain drain, that like when Morimoto left, like a lot of the people that came to work at 4C for him left the studio as well and went off and did their own thing. So the studio kind of lost a partial part of its identity. And that's not to say everything they did after 2010 is bad, but I have yet to really... There's like one project they've made post 2010 which I think is really interesting, and everything else I've not really had much enthusiasm for. It doesn't mean there isn't craftsmanship there, but I think it's just a difference in like its studio and I guess its direction maybe, and philosophy has quite changed by that point. We'll see how I feel about Mutafuckers. I'm not sure... I'm trying to remember what even else, like my mind is a blur of like all the stuff they've done afterwards. I've covered most of it now, haven't I? Let me have a look through my list real quick. Yeah, see, so like, yeah, I think I have. Yeah, I don't know where I really come of that, and that's probably something that will come up in the finale, because there's some really ugly stuff I need to talk to about as well. So yeah, we'll get to that. How's it going? Is that Imuryu? Imuryu? What are we drawing? I got 3 people to draw. Okay, so we're saying 6 out of 10 in the chat for Mutafuckers. Oh, so it's an unreleased video. Okay. Well, if you've got some details, Monte Cristo, just DM it to me. As long as you know like the time period and who directed it, I could probably mention it at some point. I don't eat pizza, I'm afraid, fellas. So no pizza pie. I'm glad someone's been using Clip Studio Paint. I really enjoy Clip Studio Paint. We'll be using it tonight. They should still sponsor me. Or I should probably email them about becoming one of those people that send free coupon. I don't know. Like they have a program I think where you can like send out things and get commission on people who get it. I don't know. I should probably do that. Maybe I'll look into it. Oh god, 52 people. That's actually a lot more than usual. I'm sorry, fellas. It's not gonna be that interesting. We're only gonna be I'm gonna be like sleep deprivedly talking to all of you as I draw. That's what this stream's gonna be. Don't expect too much. But I guess it says just drawing in the title, so you know what you're getting yourself into. But yeah, we'll be drawing 3 people. Peter Chung, Maeda? I think his name, yeah, Maeda, who's very prolific, both director and key animator. He's probably best known now for his work with Hideaki Anno. And we'll also be drawing Minowa, who is the character designer, animation director of, God, what was his name? I always forget his name. The director of like Ninja Scroll and all that. Yeah, Koji Morito is a pretty cool guy. Okay, yeah, fair enough. I understand that one. Alright, yeah, we're going to be drawing a couple people. We're going to be drawing them in Matrix style, I guess. So maybe I'll add some Matrix effects in there. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. Yeah, alright. Gustavo, I've seen what's it called? Papelli Chimney Town? I've seen Chimney Town. Wasn't very good. It was substantially average. An average kids movie. The CGI isn't quite there. I feel that 4C has been struggling with this kind of CGI, like character acting CGI, for a long time. This is probably the most, I don't know what you'd call it, like the most large 3D production they've done. The best is probably still going to be Children of the Sea in terms of mixing 3D and 2D. This one does not do it as well, and the character acting and animation is much lower than the rest of it. Like you can tell that 4C's ability to shoot like backdrops and color design and all this other stuff is at a much higher rate than the actual quality of the standard 3D animation. It's better than I've seen some of that prior stuff being, but it still needs work. And it did quite well at the box office at the time, for at least for a 4C production. So it does make me wonder about the direction of the studio. And this is something I will probably bring up, that I'm concerned about the idea with 4C that they'll just become, that 4C will basically just become a place where they make a casual kid films, and I think his name is Ayumi? Or is it Ayumi or Ayuma? Oh, okay, bye cat. I think it's Ayumi Watanabe. None relation to the other Oh wait, no, that's an announcer. Basically, is it who I think I am? The Children of the Sea director. What's his name? Okay, is it Ayumi? Maybe I'm right there. Is it Ayumi then? Ayumi Watanabe? Oh, Ayumu. Sorry. Ayumu Watanabe. There you go. So I feel like the studio might just become his playground, and then they'll make kids like kind of like just standard affair children's films, and that's all that the studio is going to have left on its plate outside of the occasional ad and other random like job they do. That's how it kind of feels to me. The newest one they've done though, Watanabe's newest film that came out this year looks really good. I imagine it will be a great picture to watch. Probably not as like explosive as Children of the Sea, but I imagine considering the talent of the director and how like sicko mode his team is, I imagine it will be a fine thing to watch. I can't watch it right now. It's doing the festival circuit. I don't go to screenings anymore, or any kind really, since the pandemic. I don't think it's worth it. So I probably won't get to see it until there's like a physical release or it's on streaming or something. Okay, well, El Vecino seems to think it is awesome, so I'll take that as a credit. Thank you very much. Is Genius Party Beyond part of Forcember? I think it's important to realize, I don't know if I've mentioned this to people, I don't know how to say this, is it Vidu Maggie? A lot of these videos haven't been in order because I've been finishing them as they've been ready. That's basically how it's been going. I've been finishing them in order of like what I could work on the fastest at that time, or what was the best to work on at that time. So we've bounced around a lot. We've jumped between years all over the place. I didn't know if I'd have enough to say about Genius Party, but there's 2 of them, so I feel like I could probably get a video out on Genius Party, though it is like the last on my list, because I need to sit down and watch all the shorts, both of them, and say something about it. So to me it feels like less of a priority. It would probably be the last one we finish before we do the mega collab, like mega anthology of them all. I don't even know if I should be sleep deprived, because I did go to bed very late, but I went to bed very late, but got up very late, so I don't know if I should even be tired, but I still am. Okay, is it Dansei? Say? K, yeah, no, yeah, K, Dansei. Alright, Dansei, cool. That's cool, it's fine. You know? Alright, have a good walk. Kawajiri, that's what I was thinking of, yeah. I can draw a French woman if you want, but any specific French woman? Yeah, Force December has not been going in chronological order. The final video, when I turn them into one big anthology and maybe do some touch-ups and add little bits and pieces, then they'll be in order. But I've basically been releasing what's been done. That's how this has gone, and a lot of that, you know, we jump around depending on what's at that time, what's ready, basically. What have I finished writing? What have I finished editing? Is the audio done on this? That's how it's basically went. So, you know, stuff like, you know, if I was going in order, I would have already finished the Animatrix, but I knew it would probably be one of the longer videos, and I knew that the Matrix newer movie was coming out later in the month, so it would be more advantageous for me to release it later in the month, not at the early month. I should release it closer to the release of a new film. If you know, that's how you got to think when you're a YouTuber, right? So things have been bounced around a lot. I've already done Mind Game, but we'll talk about Genius Party probably at some point. Dr. Seda. Am I talking about Ghibli? No, not right now. We're talking about 4C. We'll get back to Ghibli at some point, I'm sure. Can I give an example of a non-Japanese animator or manga? There are a lot of them, but like, I don't know. I don't feel like it's really much point of me just pointing at them and going, hey, look, not Japanese. I think that's weird to do that, if I'm honest. Like, there are certainly non-Japanese mangakas, but they're usually Asian descent. I believe Dr. Stone's creator is not Japanese. And in terms of animators, like a lot of the industry isn't Japanese anymore. Like a lot of them are freelancers digitally online. You literally could go on Twitter and find a plethora of people who work in the industry who are not Japanese. The two animators I know who's worked in the industry, neither of them are Japanese. Have I seen anything by the studio The Line? I don't know it, I'm afraid. Just found out about it the week ago. I was blown away by the to be honest, I'm probably not the best person to be talking about 3D stuff, if I'm honest. So yeah, I don't really know The Line, I'm afraid. Alright. Yeah, we need to get a drawing in a second. Oh yeah, Koike. Koike's pretty good. We'll be talking about Koike in a bit. Yeah, I'd be meaning to watch The Dimensional Bomb, because Morimoto's last two things that he did at 4C, one of them was a smoking ad for France, which I think is hilarious. Like, yeah, like the... I don't know what you'd say. Yeah, like, God, actually, my mind just went blank. What were we talking oh, yeah, the last picture that Morimoto did at 4C was a smoking ad for France. It was like a public broadcast like a internet-based thing about not smoking. Morimoto is a lifelong smoker. And the reason he left 4C is because he couldn't smoke in his office anymore. So it's just the funniest combination of things that he's working on an anti-smoking ad while being a smoker who left the studio because he couldn't smoke in his office anymore. It had gotten too busy. It's too big. So there's like such a plethora of stuff there, which is just like, oh my god, that's just pure Morimoto. It's not that I think the 3D is off-putting, Mr. Doctor. It is more so I don't really think I'm the right person to talk about 3D animation at the same pace. Like I wouldn't usually go into it myself because it's not my field. I don't know. I know it to an extent, but not as well as like I know stuff I can do. So it's a bit beyond me. But I guess I'll have to look at them at some time. Although it seems like if they're London based, then they're unrelated to the animation I usually talk about. Well, the thing about it, Jimmy, in terms of like Morimoto and 80s anime, I don't know if I'd say he defined it because he didn't have a lot of control about what he did in the 80s. He's generally quite annoyed about that. That like when he was working in the 80s, he was strictly a gun for hire, so he didn't really get much control or presentation. He was just doing what he was told by other like higher people up in the productions. It's not to say his work wasn't good. It was. Like Morimoto was really a very talented individual, but he was just one cog in the machine. So I find it harder for him to define an era when he had no control about how he worked in that era. I mean, certainly, I guess, maybe he had a little bit more flash on like Akira, but he was very much under Otomo's wing at that point. But yeah, it wasn't until the 90s that he actually got to like decide how a production should look or what should be involved in it, which 95 with his music videos. That's when he really had pure control. I'll have to have a look at them at some time if I get time. We're just so busy right now. Hey, there we go. So, Ayumu Watanabe, chief director of Komi Can't Communicate. Oh yeah, I've heard about that, yeah. And he did After Rain at Noitamane. Yeah, he also worked at that studio who does is it Norimon? The studio it's the one that has Shin-chan in it and the other big product. I forget what it's called. Is it Norimon? It's like the little blue dude. But he worked at that studio for a really long time and he directed a lot of those pictures. So like he's already, the people that work at that studio are usually pretty good because that's where Yuasa came from. Like they definitely have a lot going for them. Doraemon, there you go, Doraemon. Yeah, and I remember there was a quote somewhere where someone said that like one of his films, I think it's Children of the Sea, they were saying like he was remaking one of his older movies from one of the Doraemon movies. It was like, it seems like he's just basically doing the Doraemon movie again. I was like, oh, that's a really interesting insight, because I've not seen any of the Doraemon movies, so I can't really comment on that, but one of the dinosaur ones apparently. So maybe there's like a big earth-shattering, like existential galaxy-brained explosion in one of those movies that he took influence, or took, that's his style, and then it brought it into Children of the Sea. The beard's going to keep growing. Do I look like Tyler Durden beforehand? I mean, at some point I might shave the beard. It's getting a little bit long. Connor, if you want to know what I think of Bigfoot, you should probably watch my friend's podcast I'm on, where we talk about cryptids and other supernatural stuff. It's more of a comedy, really. Obviously, we don't take it very seriously, which is part of the fun. But I'm sure eventually we'll do an episode on Bigfoot. We recorded yesterday. We recorded an episode on the Yowie, which is actually really funny and fascinating of a topic, because the Yowie like predates Bigfoot, but it's like very much the same idea, but in Australia. We should start drawing in a second. I'll set everything up now. I'll be drawing a couple figures. The bat squatch is real. Well, the funny thing is, yeah, okay. Is that Nobita's dinosaur also has Konishi as the character designs and our animation director. So even the Christian, thank you. Jesus. Thank you very much, Kristen. Is it Christian? Christian, right? I'm sorry, I'm so bad for names. Christian, thank you very, very much. Bam, bam, bam. I'm churning out videos. I appreciate, watch them in your own time. I need to get them out by the end of the month, of course, but feel free to have fun with them. We're going to do some drawing for the next video right now, because I realize it's actually getting late, and I need to draw shit, and then I need to, we probably won't be going for too long today. I need to eat dinner, and I have, business elsewhere, let's say. So it bears, okay, yeah, so some of the key members are from, also worked on Children of the Sea, which is probably because of, Watanabe's, position there, which is good. Right, let me set everything up for drawing before we get into it. I'm going to open up Clip Studio Paint, and I'm going to take out all the little bits that I might need. The question is, did I move those photos into the new document like I was supposed to? I did, okay. Let's go real smooth. Okay, that's one canvas ready. Yeah, free drawings, and after I finish just free drawings, I'm going to have to go off, I'm afraid. I also have to finish making more videos, so we can't stream for too long. Nina, I am 27? Yeah, 27? I think I'm 27. I forget. Do I think, well, drawing can be stress relieving to a percentage. It depends how it's going. And when you have carpal tunnel, or repair, whatever I have, that sometimes makes it harder for it to be more stress relieving. I think my wrist is stronger than it has been in the last couple of months. I think it's became a little bit more, I got a little more power in it before, so it's been easier to continue to draw for longer periods of time. But I've got to be careful still. Right, so what I'm gonna do, because it's getting later now, and I've been talking for a little too long probably. I'm going to pop out the chat, turn it into its own little area, and then I'm going to... There we go. I'll get out my classics. We're going to go for my real pencil, which is the one I always tend to use. And I will probably do that there. Maybe move that over there. Maybe we can get rid of that. And maybe go even... okay. Alright, that's... my setup's pretty much there. So yeah, I think I've got everything close enough set up to how I'd need it to be. So I might switch over to views in a second. Right, so let me switch now. Alright, I think I can switch easy enough, so give me a second. Not that one. There we go, I'm in a little corner now. Fucking sus. I can't listen to that song anymore. Every time it says sus, I'm like, for fuck's sake. Alright, there we go. So if this goes correct, oh wait, I might have to reset this up again. Ah, there we go. Right. So, I'm guessing I'm just gonna get right into it. Maybe I'll adjust my mic a bit. Alright, so yeah, we're going to be drawing... there's 3 people I need to draw for this Animatrix video, because everyone else has actually been drawn. Luckily enough, I've talked about most of the other people in the video multiple times before, so it's not so bad in terms of drawings. My wrist is getting stronger. I've generally tried to do less drawing for this one. Now, ideally... yeah, you're on the screen, look at that. Yeah, ideally, the way I look at this... how do I say this? Yeah, the way I look at this, I was thinking about going back and doing some like minor animation for all the character portraits. It depends how long it takes me to finish them all, but that would be the ideal situation, would be to go back and draw like maybe 3 frames for most people. Right now I think my wrist is strong enough to do it, it's just the time it will take to do that is a little bit much. So I might end up just streaming me drawing all the frames at the end, because that will probably take me all day to find all the figures, draw them in and shove them back in the video. But yeah, I want the final anthology version of the video, which will probably be hours long, to have the best version of it. So we'll see how that goes. Well, it would be nice to have steroids to heal the wrist, but like I can't get any because the pandemic situation's kind of pushed back all waiting lists and such. I haven't even got to talk to a proper doctor in months. Last time I talked to a doctor, they electrocuted my wrist for 10 minutes. I had to travel miles to get to them because I had to go to a specialist. He shocked my wrist for 10 minutes and then I left. I had to get there incredibly early in the morning too. It was a nightmare. And that was it. They were like, it doesn't look like there's anything wrong to me. Like, to me, lol, okay, but you probably should get an ultrasound or something. And then I haven't heard back from them since then. And that was August, might have been beginning of August, early September, somewhere around that time. It was between August and September that happened. Haven't heard anything since. So, yeah. This is the Chill Sonic playlist. It's a go-to for me when I'm streaming. We may put some Sonic CD on in a little bit, depends how long this takes. I know most people, I don't know, if you've been keeping up with the Sonic news, they released that new trailer. I need to talk to my nephew about it. He'd probably be interested. I mean, he is 7, he's like the key audience for these sort of things. He liked the original movie. So I need to ask him what he thought about the trailer, because Knuckles is in it. He was asking me if I thought Knuckles was going to be in the trailer beforehand. So I'm going to see what he says. But like, Knuckles went hard in that trailer. He went hard. He did the thing from, you know, Sonic Adventure, not Sonic Adventure, Sonic Knuckles and Sonic 3, right? He took Sonic out in one blow, and it wasn't even Super Sonic at that time. But like, yeah, that was a heavy hitting move, if I do say so myself. But yeah, I don't know how I felt about. I think they look very cute in their winter costumes, Sonic and Tails. Looks like they're gonna do the Dreamcast level, or I guess maybe the Sonic 3 level, where they go, you know, they snowboard down the hill, which will probably be quite fun. It sounds like they also have the classic Tails or current Tails voice actor back. It didn't sound like any like child actor I know of. Maybe I'm wrong there. It sounded like, yeah, someone who's actually part of the cast, which was cool to see. That they're bringing back some of the talent from the you know, who's been working on the characters for so long. If that's the case. But yeah, having I think the point I was supposed to be making originally was around them having Idris Elba in the role. He's going hard. He's going hard. I'm hoping he has a rap scene in it, to be honest. I want him to be not chuckling, you know. That's all I'm asking for. Idris Elba rap scene. That's what I want to see from his version of Knuckles. Maybe a death egg would be nice. I imagine we might see a death egg or something. Yeah, Tails, isn't it, too? I guess I can do like an origin about how Tails and Sonic meet and all that other stuff. Do they like him in a different way than most kids might like Knuckles? Is it a more emotional thing that they might be feeling for Knuckles right now? I mean, I think someone asked Idris Elba if he was trying to be sexy on the character. And he was like, not really. And then people were like, oh, I don't know about that. I guess he's the sexiest echidna character we've ever seen. It's like George Lucas in there. He's like, he's a sexier character than we've had before. Wait. You didn't know I drew pictures voluntarily? How have you not seen any of my videos? Who do you think draws the pictures in my videos? What, do you think they just come out of nowhere? It's like pictures in all my videos. This might be a complicated one. The way I want to do the video is kind of have them on like a matrix screen, so they're going to be like green on black. So this might it might be quite difficult to make this work the way I want it to. It might look weird. Like here, they're kind of looking inverted, and there'll probably be a slightly less. I'm probably not going to use a white and thing. They'll probably be green, so it'd be green on black. I might have to invert them entirely. Like I might have to do a selection and invert them, and then fill. and see what that looks like. But yeah, we'll see. Where's the... Yeah. Oh, wrong pen. Oh, so it is the voice actor from the game. It's good to know. He can rap. Okay, so that's double the reason. Well, Hikari Kagura Enjoyer, to admit that you don't watch my videos but only listen to them would be a fate worse than death. It's not a waycam, no. It's Huon. Nah, fuck Wacom. Unless they start sponsoring my videos, they can fucking suck my dick. I don't give a shit. That stuff's overpriced as fuck. It's just a brand at this point as well. I don't necessarily think their tablets are much better. Maybe they'll last longer, who knows, but that's debatable. See, the music is relaxing. Is drawing relaxing? I don't know, but at least the music I'm listening to is. How's it going, Columbia? This is just the chill Sonic playlist. I don't know if it's a playlist, it's just like a video thing. I mean, yeah, if you... I would say it's a good investment to get a video tablet if you're very serious about what you're doing. I didn't use one for years, but it does speed up a lot of processes. And it's much better on your wrist. Yeah, Sonic Unleashed soundtrack is literally goated. Who did the intro spinning portrait? Me, bitch? Who the fuck else do you think did it? What, do you think I got money to pay people? What is this madness? Why does no one assume I do this stuff on this channel? Who do you think I am? Just like the face of it? It's just me. If you could draw with a Guitar Hero controller, then you'd probably do well on like Twitch or something, I'm sure. It's beyond me. Yeah, I am a one-man crew in the most literal sense of the word. If there's someone else in the video, it might be someone who I've asked to come into, I don't know, chat or something, and usually, like, I'll have them in the description. But yeah, like, I've had a couple of videos with some guests on here, but, like, they haven't edited the video. Well, the only person who's ever edited any part of the video that's been on display has been Joe from Pause and Select. He did his own section of the video, so he edited that. But I did offer him to, like, help if he needed it. Like, I offered him, you know, if he needed any help with editing it, I'd give him, you know, because I was done at that point, so, But, like, yeah, that's the only person who's ever edited anything on this channel who's not me. And it was his section. He didn't edit any of mine. If there was an editor on one of the videos, I'm pretty sure I'd make a big deal of it. I'd be like, hey, this video also had a side editor who was this person. I'd big it up towards the beginning or end. Maybe I'd like specifically put credits in at the beginning to be like, hey, there's someone else on this video who isn't me. I'd especially make a big deal of it at the end, because it's, yeah. You know, this kind of stuff isn't cheap, you know, getting someone else in to help you out. I'd probably want to make a deal of it. How'd you say that? Gothalia? The Nujabes one, eh? Yeah, I mean, the Nujabes video was cool. It was an absolute nightmare to make at the time. Very stressful. For a myriad of reasons. I'm surprised it's still up. I thought I might have had some issues with it at some point. Just because I remember talking to someone before I released it who said that the family of Nujabes were, like, infamously very secretive and, like, not that... like, they weren't really too happy about, you know, content outside of their realms. Like, they're very controlling on that. So when I made the video, I was, like, very careful about what I said and what I did with the guy. I didn't show, like, many pictures of him. I pretty much drew all the pictures. I kind of avoided talking about any personal life or theories about anything. I tried to be as respectful as possible. And hopefully they just haven't watched it. But yeah, it's pretty much... I did everything I could to avoid showing as much of him as possible and talk about it strictly from a musician sense. And yeah, if there's any pictures of him, mainly it was just ones I drew myself. I think there is a couple pictures of him otherwise, maybe like with other musicians or something. Right, now I think I need to try something out, and I'm curious how this will work. I might try this out right now, but this is probably going to involve me, okay. I might make a... So we're going to... Alright, we've got this. So I'm going to click that. And now maybe we get a new layer again. And then I'm going to go into... Where would it be? I think in here it's called like... reverse gradient. Oh. How do I reverse this? Fuck, how do I even reverse a selection in Clip Studio Paint? I don't think that's what I know how to do. Oh god. I thought it was that one. Gradient reverse. Maybe I need to do it on the actual, this layer. Gradient reverse. Gradient. Oh, no, not that one. Not gradient. What was it? Gradient reverse. There we go. And maybe we do under here. Oh, okay. What? I didn't do anything. Alright, maybe I have to do this in a different program. I'll do it later. Fuck it, okay. Alright, never mind. Wait a minute, actually. Yeah, I'm going to try and reverse the gradients a bit, see what I can do about that. I would say that's okay. For the amount of time it's going to be on the screen, which is not long, that's probably alright. Might need to write his name out there. Though, actually no, I probably won't, because I'll use like a matrix font for his name, instead of it being hand-drawn. Dr. Sado? Is that how I say it? Is it Sado? I didn't watch the Bebop live action because I mentioned my comments about what I thought about the Bebop live action years ago when I made a video on Watanabe. I said I didn't expect it to be good. I didn't think there'd be much chance of it being good considering Netflix's track record, and I didn't think it would be really something that needed to be done. Though I just assumed maybe, hey, maybe I get some extra views out of it because Bebop will be trending again. And I got a couple. I thought I'd get more, to be honest. But maybe because my video isn't like radically named or anything, and it wasn't about the live action one, those views weren't there. I think everyone and their son was talking about it, but yeah, I just didn't really give a shit. I'm not interested. I don't have time to be watching it, for one thing. I don't think I'd enjoy it for another, so why bother? That was generally my perspective on it when I could be watching what I'd enjoy. Monte Cristo, in terms of would I let someone video edit for me? No. Well, alright, let me be more specific about that. I would definitely not let a stranger video edit for me. Absolutely fucking not. That sounds incredibly stressful. To rely on someone you've never worked, like you don't know personally, on like your personal project, and then having to sort of guide them through how you edit or do stuff. I think that sounds really stressful, especially with someone you don't know, and yeah, I don't know if I'd necessarily, because I don't really feel like I'm the hands-off type. I wouldn't let them just edit the video, so I'd have to give them a bunch of jobs and figure out how to convey my ideas to them, which is like another layer of stress, especially with basically having to teach them what I do. I don't really want to do that. I'd much rather, if I was ever to work with an editor, it'd be someone I'm friendly with, I'm friends with, and I know who's like a professional editor, or like has worked within the editing field, and then I could work with them directly in such a way like where I'd be familiar, and I could kind of let them go wild, because I at least know I'll be familiar with their work. I could let them do their thing, and maybe we talk more about like what they want to do in the video, what they can do, like give them specific jobs, and I'd be able to maybe convey my ideas better to them because I know them, and they might understand what I'm trying to convey more. Because I feel like, you know, when working with someone like that, that's basically a collaboration. I think some people let an editor just do whatever, but to me it would be more like I'm collaborating with this person. What are they doing? What am I doing? And how are we working together? Because like, yeah, I mean, it would be nice to get them to do a bunch of grunt work, and maybe I would. Maybe if I hired someone, even if it was a collaboration, I'd get them to do like find all these clips, fill the timeline with just random stuff. But then I'm very specific about what is shown when, so at that point, do I have to write out a whole editing guide of like what should be at each section? And I mean, to me, it feel like the reason you'd want an editor on, for me personally, would be like so I could focus more on like the art side, so I could be doing more drawing and animating and stuff like that, where it takes a lot of time, and then have them do some of the more like remedial stuff. If it'd be like editing through my takes of live action footage, like that's where I'd begin with it. I suppose if I had like a long term, again, it's really expensive to have someone on retainer. Am I really gonna pay someone that much money so they do grunt work? I guess that's how it works, right? You don't want to underpay someone, but to pay them to the first place, the video would have to be guaranteed to make money, and that's not always the case here for me. So like I would have to have like, to have a consistent idea of working with with an editor who I again would have to be familiar with and know. I'd also need to be able to guarantee a sponsorship or something on top of it, so that I knew there was a set amount of money that's coming in that I could split with them. But yeah, I feel like sometimes I do, like, I don't begrudge people who do this, but sometimes you will get emails from people who want to help, and I understand where they're coming from, but like, to me, that's more stress. Like a stranger coming to me like, I'll help you. And sometimes they will do it for free, but I'm like, no, I don't hire people for free because it's work. It's hard fucking work. I'm not going to bring, even if you're a fan, I feel like it's kind of exploitative to bring in someone you know is like a fan or like thinks of you on that sort of level and get them to work for you for free. That's just absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's the kind of stuff that would also come back to haunt you when you're a much bigger creator and it looks fucking awful. It's a bit bluntly, like, there's no justification for it. Like, in the end of the day, this is work, and getting someone to work for free just destroys it. Like, it just weakens the whole market as well. but again, with behind the scenes stuff, it's difficult. Like, I don't know how I would convey it to people. I'd have to figure out how to convey like a behind the scenes process video. I feel like that would be patron stuff. Maybe I'd make a behind the scenes video for patrons to show them the process. Maybe I'd have to just follow me through like a video. I think it'd be more interesting to watch me do it on like a bigger video, like a video where like I know it's going to take a lot of time, so I can think about more about what I'm showing and doing and all that sort of stuff. My Sunday night is I'm realizing time is melting and I haven't done as much as I need, so it's up and down. But yeah, so later on, what I'm going to try with this, and I've drawn this picture. I'll probably do it in Photoshop, but I'm going to try and reverse the gradients and then see if I can, use the black of the... Alright, yeah, it's going to be a thing I'm going to try and do. I'll see if it works. We'll find out later on, alright? Just trust me when you see the video. But this is, I feel like this is good enough for Chong, because he's only going to be in it for a very small period of time. So I'm going to save this as a PSD. And then, the thing is also, there's like there is actually a more like, what would I call it? I did used to have a much more strict process when it came to making stuff for videos, and as time has went by, I've kind of just thrown it away because I'm so like I know what I'm doing. Like I used to like write out methodically like what every cut of a video would be, and also like what I needed for the video. So I have a giant list of media that I need to get for the video. And sometimes I still do the media list, but like I don't write out cuts anymore because usually I can figure it out on the flow, and sometimes cuts are so specific now I don't need to write it all down that way. I'll figure it out as I go. Maybe I should, I don't know, like if it's a really complicated video, some of the earlier videos I storyboarded some of them because I knew there were like specific sequences in them, and like if a video has a complicated sequence which is art based, I probably should storyboard it, but most of the time I don't need to do that. I don't know if I want a friendly assistant partnership. There is like a certain element of that which would be nice. Like I wouldn't be against experimenting with it. Like I do have friends, again, I have friends that I trust who are like in the editing sphere, or they're in this sort of area. And if they were okay with it, like I'd probably put down to, if I had a sponsorship on a video and I knew it was going to be a big one, I might approach one of them and be like, hey, are you serious enough? Do you want to work on this? Like this will be a proper thing. Do you want to work on it with me and like set the rules? And I'll set the rules about, and then we'll set it. I would just have to set all my ground rules before we even started working on it because I wouldn't want to change that. And if they said yes, then that might happen, and it would be an experiment. But like, I don't think it would be a frequent thing. But like, if I had things like that, like if I had a hefty sponsorship beforehand, and I was like, hey, all right, we split the sponsorship, work with me on this video, we'll get it out at a much quicker rate. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do in the video. This is what I want you to do in the video. Are you good with that? Here's the sort of deadline I'm looking at. Let's try and get it done. Yeah, editing is very stressful. Yeah, I imagine like having no direction. I'd be very... I feel like there's like an extra level of stress working with another editor as well, because I would have to be like... I understand what I want to do, but to conveying that to other people, I find quite hard. So like there would be that element to it, which might be quite difficult for me personally. Okay, so we're going to go to my Ada. This is a king picture right here. But yeah, conveying to people like, all right, what exactly do I need for each shot? Because, like if they haven't watched everything as well, because like if I'm talking about a video, so say for example, if I'm making a video, this is a video idea I've had in the future, right? Say I'm making a video on Akira Toriyama, right? All right, well, I need someone who's very familiar with all his works, because I'm going to be jumping through decades of his work and different little pieces of it, and maybe a lot of manga panels as well, and I'll be doing all these little bits of drawing and like manga panels, and I'll be conveying his history. And if I'm jumping through so many of his works, the person I need to work with needs to know all his works and know what I'm talking about. So like if I'm talking about, hey, all right, you can't be showing that, like you can't be showing this picture of God, what's her name, Arali. You can't be showing this picture of Arali because that's from 1995. We're in 1983 right now. You need to show the appropriate stylistic choice picture for Arali. Hey, that's the wrong Toei anime. That's the one from the 90s. Right now we're talking about the 1986 version. Like there's all these like little specifics that that might come up. Like, oh, that it's not that Sand person. All right, actually Dragon Boy. I want to use this panel from Dragon Boy, not that panel from Dragon Boy. So like there's all those elements to it. okay, if we're bringing in Goku for this sequence, I want it to be an evolution of Goku, so we need to go through all the different and then they have to understand, like, what's all the different variants of Goku. So when are we talking about, here are the key points of Goku's life, here are the key illustrations I'll need in this sequence. It's that kind of stuff where, like, they effectively have to know, like, a generation's worth of, like, history of the person I'm talking about with me when it becomes that specific and I'm that particular. I don't want the video to look like it's edited by someone who doesn't know what they're talking about, which I think is fair, like, because, you know, I'm going to do all this research in a video, and I don't want the visuals to, like, not represent that. And that can be quite difficult for someone who's not familiar with the work that you're talking about. It might be easier to be in the room with someone I'm editing with. That would be nice. I've done that before because I've worked with other, like, people on, like, videos, and they're certainly, like, it is a lot easier to edit in the room. Most of the people I know, that would be absolutely impossible to do with it. There's, like, one person I know, but, like, I would be remiss to work with them in that way because I feel like they'd get quite stressed. With working with me, I think they'd get quite stressed because we've worked together before on things that they've done, and I've helped them out, but, like, you know, I'm very, like, if I'm working with someone in the room, I'm very intense. Like, I don't take breaks at that point sometimes. Usually when I'm, like, focused and I'm working with someone, I don't need to take a break. I will just work forever. So, like, there is that element to it where, like, they're going to have to, like, have that ability to set those rules because I won't stop. Because I'll be, like, hyper-focused if I'm in the room with them. Like, I don't think I'm that focused when I'm on my own, but when I'm working with someone, I think there's, like, a new level of, like, intenseness that I can get to. And I'll be, like, and, yeah, that might be a lot. And, like, yeah, but, like, realistically, most of the people I know, like, I can't be in the room with them while I work with them. And it might be the case as well, while being in the room. Like, ideally, I don't want to be in the room with them because I want to be doing my own thing. So, like, what, would we need 2 computers in the room? Which, then, that's, like, a completely other thing, right? It's just, like, I don't want to be, like, babying you, and I don't think I should need to baby someone, but I don't want to be going through someone like that, like, shot for shot, like, going through each of their work, like, on the behind them or something. I think that's ridiculous. That's not going to you're not going to get good work out of that. So, like, yeah, I mean, you probably need 2 computers in the room, and there is definitely, like, ways of scheduling that. Like, I could have the other person working on, like, sound effects and, like, the audio side of the videos while I do certain bits, or they could be working on clip selection or finding clips while I'm drawing stuff out. And then when it comes to, like, After Effects, that might be a whole other thing where, like, maybe I get someone to put some, like, stuff down in After Effects in rough when I come in and adjust it. But yeah, there's a lot of factors to this, and that's why, like, I don't think it's going to be I feel like you know, if I became an incredibly successful channel, right, there could be a habit. I could totally see me hiring someone I'm very familiar with on, like, a regular basis, maybe not every video, but working with them specifically. But I do that for health reasons, because my health has been very up and down with the channel, and my videos only get bigger. So, like, I would see hiring an editor as more of a health reason that I can then focus on the more specific stuff, like animating and drawing, and maybe doing side projects or something to, like, give me some really, like, something beyond what I do. And yeah, I'd be working with, but I'd still have to like be a bit more, at that point I'd have to be a bit more, like, together with my production, because I'd need to be very specific about what we're doing. I can't take Adderall, no. And I don't drink coffee, so no for both of them. I mean, there's also a possibility being in the room with someone I'm friendly with, like, we might just get distracted too. Like, of course, while I can get really focused, it might be easier to get distracted too when you're with the room that you're quite friendly with, and, you know, you might start joking and messing around, like, more. That could also happen. So, like, you know, there's no guarantee that it will be, like, all that serious, but, you know, it can be, like, very full on depending on what we're doing. But yeah, like, it can be a bit weird too, like, if you've ever had to work with your friends on, like, something that's kind of serious, like, it's like a different dynamic. Like, when I was in uni, you know, I was working with people who I was in my flat, and other people who were my friends, and the dynamic of the relationship becomes much more difficult when they're, like, not fucking doing their work, and you're like, for fuck's sake, like, you know, because, like, you know, so for example, if I'm working with an editor or who's my friend, and then they say to me like, oh yeah, hey, I didn't get anything done today, I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, it would just be like, are you serious? Like, nothing. Like, if the whole process was that we have a deadline and we're working together and they haven't told me anything all day, and then they were like, oh yeah, nothing, I can't get anything done today, I'd be like, what? Like, I'd need to know that beforehand and why, and like what the issue is. But like, yeah, when they're working with you, that's a completely different job, because then that's like a paycheck, and that becomes like, all right, how would I deal with someone who hasn't been able to keep up with the schedule or whatever, and I'm just waiting around twiddling my thumbs. I'd hope that didn't happen, but you know, you can have it becomes it's a whole lot harder to like work with that. So it'd be a lot harder to like deal with that when, you know, there's someone you're friendly with as well. Yeah, I'm just going through like the problems with working with people now. Oh wait, I actually might need to change this now. I think this one has, if I remember right, this one gets copy striked. Well, copyright. I'll go to volume 2. There we go. Oh, a corporate video with your brother. Jesus Christ, man. Jay, that sounds like a nightmare. Oh, I'm a big fan of is it Sayu? I'm a big fan of Clip Studio Paint. I enjoy it a lot. I don't really enjoy many other like art programs besides Clip Studio Paint, to be honest. So like, I mean, Procreate seems nice, but I don't. Oh god, okay, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, Procreate seems nice, but it's like, you know, it's specific to like having an iPad, which I don't have. But like, it seems like a nice program. I have friends who use it, and like, yeah, it seems cool. If you've got like the material to back it up. Oh god, see, yeah, like sitting down on the couch reading because they don't have the script ready, that's like, that in itself becomes an issue with like being at different levels with someone on a production. There could totally be reasons for like why you're at different levels, and there could be complications, and that's all cool and fine, that's just part of the process, right? But it can be really frustrating, like, if you have absolutely nothing that you can do at that time, and you're just kind of, yeah, like I said, you've got, I think the cat's at the door. Okay. So, and this is after I got shit all set up. Yeah, I imagine that would be very stressful. But yeah, like that's always going to be the issue with working with people who are friends and family. Like, you got to be able to trust them, and it's not like I don't necessarily. I just know the ramifications of that, and it's why I've never been like to a friend like, hey, we should set something up. I have worked with friends before on like different kind of productions back when I was more of an illustrator type, and I remember one of them specifically where I was like this, like I found the production of working with them very limiting, and it was kind of like, I felt like as an artist in the production I felt very limited in what I could do, but also, yeah, stuff like with even on like font type and like layout, I felt like very limited, and yeah, I didn't think it was a pleasant experience working with them, which I would have hoped it would have been, but yeah, there was just like a lot of factors I didn't like about it. So yeah, I'm a little bit remiss to work with people I'm like super friendly with, but like I do feel like at the end of the day, especially like on my channel, I need to work with someone I really trust, and like I have to know they have a good track record too. And those two things are, yeah, they are what they are. I mean, I'm glad it turned out well. That's good. Oh, okay. Bye, cat. They went into the box. So at least it worked out in the end. But yeah, I totally understand. Like, yeah, it can be very difficult situation working with people who are both friends and family for like other reasons, for like a bunch of reasons. I mean, working with anyone can be quite stressful. So, I mean, some of the struggle I would worry about, especially when you're working with someone, is like being able to convey your ideas clearly to them, and like it not being like, oh, okay, no, I didn't mean it like that. That being a trouble. Oh god, I have to draw a fucking hand. Alright. Actually, no, those lips don't good. Kind of looks like one of his characters, actually, like from his version of Monte Cristo or something. The way I've drawn it. How regal. Alright, let's try and draw a hand, everyone. Alright, let's go through. Having a shared vocabulary and knowledge can be very helpful with collaborative work. Yeah, for sure. You need to be on like a similar wavelength. Yeah, I can totally see also like working with friends can kind of destroy friendships, or it can make them very difficult in those situations. And thank you, Rata. Like recently I've seen a lot of interviews with different musicians talking about like like working with someone for like a long time, like working with partners for a long time, and saying something like, it's kind of like you become telepathic. When you work with someone so long, they kind of understand and they can like bounce off you in ways. And this is with musicians, so like they're talking like when they're jamming and such, they can like throw something out there, and then they're just the partners will just react, just knowingly of like what they'd like want, right? And that's like a really cool thing to have if you can make it work, right? Just knowing someone that well to be like, yeah, of course you're going to be on this production, because like, yeah, who else is my drummer? Who else am I going to get who knows me this well, or can jam, or like can just improv with me this easily? I think it's a bit different when you're doing something which, like art-wise, that can be quite different, because it's not like I'm drawing on the same canvas. Like, you could get Drawpile, I guess. I mean, though the drawing equipment in Drawpile, like, it's fun for like shit posting, but I don't think their brushes are very good. So like, it's not something I would probably use for a professional project. But like, having someone, if you could get two people on the same canvas, that could be interesting, I guess. But you'd be bouncing back between each other in a very different way, I imagine. Like, I can imagine it being quite difficult. Say for example, I worked with someone who drew some stuff, and like, if I wanted to be like the art director on the production, I was just like, all right, well, that looks wrong to me, so I have to go back in and like correct their drawings. That would be like weird. I don't know. I think you have to like clear that up beforehand, because to like randomly like correct someone's drawings, even if they're like working with you, is a little bit like, all right, mate, you should probably ask beforehand. Like, that's a bit much. So yeah, like, that's sort of stuff you have to like really have down before you start working. Okay, so Chigaharas, yeah? Is that how you say it? I'm assuming that's what I say. I tried working with an animation with a friend. I nearly killed him by the end. Oh my god, yeah. I imagine that would fucking want you. You'd want to murder someone after that. He never did any work despite having a deadline, and he had oh god, fucking playing League of Legends. I would just kill him for playing League of Legends. It not even feel like a production. I'm just like, fucking League of Legends. All right, well, you might as well be dead. I have one specific custom brush, which I think is called R2. It's a Japanese pencil brush. I'm not using it right now because I quite like using the real pencil, which is this one, because it's a bit abstract and it's rough. And I feel like the quality of I don't want to get too precise when I work, and I feel like this brush is a good countermeasure to that, because like the more detail that goes into this brush, the more it becomes like abstracted. I do like the R2 brush, and I use it for sometimes I might use it for like cleaner line work, or I might use it for like type. But that's the only brush I have downloaded. I have a bunch of other brushes. Now I've come to it, but they're all like paint brushes. They're all like spatula brushes, which are pretty interesting in their own right, but I'm not using those today. This brush isn't very good for like this though, like precise stuff like hands, but I mean I can make it a little bit more rough around the edges, it's fine. This is a good track. I think this is this Sega Sat? I feel like this is from Sonic CD, but I can't remember. I want to say it's Sonic CD. It's a good track. Like everything on Sonic CD. Yeah, it's a bit of a rough hand to be honest, but I don't know if it matters too much. So this again here, like the more noise you add, the more difficult it's actually to read. So maybe I'll try and clean up some of this. Wait, his head looks a little bit small. Maybe I'll. Well, yeah, you gotta get rid of those League players before they do something wrong. It's like Minority Report, but you only target League of Legends players. Well, you know, Potato Rev Awesome, I'm glad you had a collaboration that worked. That's not to say that collaborations can't work, but like there is, you know, you've got to understand what you're doing beforehand, you know. Sometimes you can find a collaboration that really pays off. For, you know, a lot of the times you might not. Which, yeah, there's something else to that. That will do for my Ada. He's only giving me one shot. It's a little bit rough, and I might have to like invert it again. But actually, wait a minute. What I might do then if I'm going to invert it, maybe I'll just block out some shapes. Oh, here we go. Knuckles is here. Hell yeah. I've been missing you, Knuckle. Where have you been? Oh, okay, you were kicking some butt at Wild Canyon. That's fair. That place is pretty wild. That's what I hear, at least. Alright. Yeah, you tell him, Knuckles. The thing is, I think I was saying this with my friend, and we said this probably in the Sonic video, but like Knuckles being a defender of the Emerald is like the most boring thing you could do with this character, because it basically just leaves him in the position where he has to be like a dumb idiot, and the Master Emerald has to get like kidnapped every 2 seconds because he like was sneezing or taking a shit or something. And he didn't think to like ask someone else to check it out while he was doing it. He's like, oh boy, my whole responsibility in life is to protect this Master Emerald, and it gets fucking. It's like, oh shit, it's gone already. It's been like 2 days. Fuck's sake. Potato of Awesome. You see, the funny thing is, the only films I've watched recently, I have made 9 videos on. So if you want to see if there's anything I recommend, you probably want to watch the 9 videos I have released in the last month. That's what I've watched recently. I have not had any time to watch anything else. And if I have, I've forgotten about what I've watched. Actually, his ears actually have to be... Okay, actually, no, his... I actually need to, look at this, I might need to lower his ears. I think his ears are actually down here, not up there. Alright, that'll do. A little sketchy, but... Actually, there's one last thing. I want to just broad out his shoulders a bit. There we go. Actually, that's quite a small picture, Jesus. I just realised how small that image is. Let's boost it up a bit, actually. Well, you know, it's the Matrix, so... Oh god, that's a little crusty, actually. Oopsie. No, it's fine. It's gonna be over some textures and some shit, whatever. Alright. Let's call that quits, I guess. Not either. Finally, I'll try to be. This is the only picture I could find of Mino or one of them. It might be one of the interviews, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try my best to make it a little bit more flashy, I guess. This image is a little bit. It's not his best image. I'll say that much. Yeah, the hat's pretty awesome. Yeah, Adventurer is pretty cool. I like that. Diana, thank you very much. The hat was very good. I think Ken Penders might own that hat now, I don't know. I've never had to write a paper with a friend, but that does sound incredibly stressful. I don't know if I really review. Like, I always find it funny when people say that, like I reviewed something. I don't know if I ever go into the idea that I'm going to review something. Maybe this month it's more like there's me talking about how I feel, but with mind games, did I even say what I felt about it at any time? I don't even remember. I guess I said it was pretty good. I remember, maybe I said that, did I? I said it was pretty strong visually. But like a lot of it's just the interview quotes. Especially with the mind games video. I don't remember if I said anything specific about how I felt about it. Outside of like, you know, when you know, you know. I should make this look like one of his drawings and go like really deep on the blacks. This brush is a little bit too thin. I don't think I've actually set my brush up properly today as well. I shouldn't have. Let's check. Oh no, it is set up properly. Okay, never mind. Yeah, if you make some sound effects, the drawing gets better. I don't know if people know that, but yeah, if you make some like little noises, you draw better. That's a truth. It's why people do, like, you know, when they do their special moves and shows and such, they always like say some noise or say it out loud. It's because it's like an encouragement. Ken Pender stole the hat as well as the rest of the Knuckles crew. For shame. And that terrible DS game. Oh no, what we're gonna do about that terrible DS game, am I right? Yeah, he doesn't look. He's like, well, to be fair, like he was ill apparently. Maybe he was ill when he took this picture, or was this? I don't know if this is the one he just gave out to the thing, but it was apparently he was too ill to come to the convention that year. So, this is the picture they had of him at the time. Not great, but you know, maybe that was just all they could find at the time. Maybe he was ill and he took this picture. They're like, could you give us a picture of you? And he's like, okay, here you go. And he was like, oh, that's such a terrible picture of me. I shouldn't come to this convention. I'd be too embarrassed. I mean, if it makes you want to watch them, that's probably a good thing, right? Because I usually talk about stuff I think's like worth at least checking out or being interested in for some reason. I mean, with like when I do a month of videos, I can't really control every video I talk about, which can be a bit of a struggle. But like, you know, when you're talking about something that's more like an overview of everything, that's bound to happen. Damn, this sounds more like Ridge Racer. What song's this? Okay. Funky Sonic. He's in the club now. Alright, Billy Slam Boom King, that's quite the name. Yeah, go make breakfast. Breakfast? Go make some breakfast. Yeah, I hear it's an important meal or something, so you should probably do that. I don't know how long it would last. It's 10 o'clock here now, 10 p.m. rather. I need to go make some food in a moment, but I'm hoping to finish this picture first, and then I'll probably have to end the stream, I'm afraid. But thank you for everyone who joined me. I don't know, I actually quite like this drawing right now. I think I've done a pretty good job. Maybe that's because I'm like properly warmed up after 2 drawings. But I quite like the style on this one. I think it looks a lot cooler than the picture I was using. So that's nice. I'm doing him justice at least. Because Minoa is pretty good. He's a very talented... No one draws Minoa like... Alright. You know the thing with Minoa? Nobody, no one, no fucking buddy draws horses like he can. Like, that man is the master of horse drawing. And his, like, whoever he's working with, like, his horses are insane. Like, knowing how to draw horses for one thing is my friend always jokes about this, because I always tell him about him, but, you know, no one can draw things, and he's always like, I'm going to become the best horse animator so I can get on that fucking train before they release JoJo Part 7. Because they're likely going to have to make all those horses CGI. And he's like, if I get in there, like, first hand, I could be the 2D horse animator on the show. And I was like, they're probably not going to pay you though, bro. And he was like, damn it, yeah, that's true. Yeah, Dave Productions kind of infamous about that. This does sound like Ridge Racer, like nothing else. This is really good. Where is this from? That might be a tune. Yeah, Sonic music is pretty hype. God, did you see that? Alright, someone showed me a clip, a thing earlier today. Apparently John Carpenter is like a huge Sonic fan, and I was like, yes, get in, that's it, right in the back of the goal. I was just like, that's so fucking funny. Like he, yeah, that, like, you know, they're like, you know, sending him his paycheck for the next remake of his old film, and he's like in the middle of playing Sonic. So he's like sitting down on the couch, and then so it's just like, here's your Halloween paycheck, and he's like, yeah, nice. And he gets back to playing like fucking Pumpkin Patch, like fucking Sonic Adventure 2 Pumpkin Patch or something. He's like, where the fuck are those emeralds? God damn, Where are those shards? God fucking damn it. Seeing him play like a Sonic Adventure 2, like 1 or something, that'd be something else. I want to see him do a Let's Play series on Sonic, that'd be amazing. Alright, maybe I'm making this a bit too scratchy now. I'm going to pull it back a bit. Let's not overdo it. Best way to start drawing? Draw. That simple, just start drawing. Draw from life, maybe. Experience the reality in front of you, opposed to the one on the screen. Try and figure out, you know, that's probably going to help you more than most things. Drawing consistently is probably going to be the best help. But yeah, drawing from reality is probably going to be there. Because reality moves, which means it's going to make you draw faster. You could draw some still life too. But like, yeah, anything like that, just draw. I don't think there's any special way to learn how to draw. I started drawing when I was like 5 or whatever, so like I can't really give you any special tips. I just did. Alright, the last thing I think I'll do is I'm just gonna solidify his hair shape a bit. Yeah, I think this drawing went alright. Hey Salah, we're probably about to end it soon, to be honest, because I gotta go make some dinner, but I'm just finishing up this drawing. Thanks, Paco. Yeah, the thing that's I don't really have anything to replicate that really. But I do have watercolors. I was a big watercolor guy, so I feel like when I'm sketching like this, usually I might be doing over shading because usually I define most things with the watercolor beforehand, and then you can add the sketch on top, which is something I might try to go back to at times. But like watercolor paper is expensive. I think I've still got some somewhere though. But the question is getting it from the watercolor paper onto how am I getting it there? Where am I going with it? Am I starting on the watercolors? I think you're probably better to start with a sketch. And so the thing about it is also is that watercolor paper is notoriously thick, so it, you know, using a light box on it isn't very easy. You kind of can a little bit, but yeah, it's not an easy thing to do. So your effects might be a little bit misaligned, but maybe that would be part of the fun. It's good. I'm pretty tired because of all the work we're doing. I've been drawing up some pictures for the latest video, which will be on Animatrix. Right now, last time I checked the audio, I think was the raw audio. Now I've edited through maybe 14.5 minutes, but there's gonna be a lot of clips, so that video could be 20 minutes. I'm gonna guess 18 to 20 minutes long. That'd be my guess. And this is a drawing from one of the sections because I'm hoping. Now these are all inverted, but I'll see what I can do with them. But I'm hoping to do a thing with it where I have all the sketches on like a sort of like a matrix screen. So maybe the screen will end up being sort of a more like greenish tone, but then I'll make these like negative space or something. We'll see how that goes. I'll try out some stuff and see what works. I post my art on Twitter, if I do any. But usually I only do stuff for videos, so nowadays at least. I think the thing with watercolors though, you need to learn how to loosen up. Because watercolors work best when you're kind of loose with them and just messing around and feeling it out. When you get tight with watercolors, that's the problem. I used to have a watercolor brush. Oh, I'm so fucking mad. I used to have a watercolor brush, but it's been lost. Oh, I'm so fucking pissed. Because those things are expensive, but they're really fucking good brushes. I have no idea where the fuck it went. Because I do have some like these water, like that you fill them with water and use them to watercolor. I use those mainly, but I do have like a perfect watercolor brush. It was literally like so immaculate in its abilities that it's just frustrating that I have no idea what happened to it. It's very frustrating. Alright, I think we're done here. I'm just over sketching now. But I'd say that's a pretty alright one. But yeah, I'll probably have to invert the colours on it. Because if you were going to do this sort of style in reality, I'd need to have far more different colours going through it. Cat is in the box. Off camera, but sleeping in nice box. That's where she is. So she's like 3 feet away from me, but off screen. Let me save this. So this is Minoa. Oh, thank you, Nicholas. Yeah, so this is Minoa. Alright, 1 second, everyone. Because we're basically done. There we go, I'm back. She's right there. You can only see part of her, I guess. You didn't like when I pulled the box, did you? But you're fine. Go back to bed. That's where she is. Yeah, I think it was like horsehair watercolor brush, but yeah, it was really good, and I imagine someone might have accidentally used it painting a wall or something and has ruined it forever, and that's why they haven't told me where it went. Alright, 1 second as well, my hand's burning a little bit. But yeah, we did the drawing at least. Alright. I should end it in a second, because I gotta go make some dinner. And I have a call to be in. Oh, it used to be 69, now it's 70. Oh well, it's fine. I forgive you. It's a shame you can't see the dislikes. I think 69 dislikes is far funnier than 69 likes. Although it is kind of like, it's very funny because I've been using YouTube enough for the last couple of days to like realize how fucking annoying it is not to have dislikes on, because the ability to look at the dislikes for specific types of videos is so important. Like if you're looking for a song, and sometimes people do this because they're bastards, right? They'll put the cover version of the song on YouTube and it won't, but they'll give the name of the official cover, and you won't know until you fucking click on it, and then you start listening to it, you're like, wait a minute, this isn't right, there's something wrong with this, and then you didn't have the initial like huge wave of dislikes to tell you. Or when it comes to like a tutorial video, you have no fucking clue if it works or not anymore. Just like all these little things where you're just like, look like, all right, what's the reaction to this? Is this a scam? Is this not? Like when you look at stuff like that, and like without that, you have to rely on the flood of comments, and sometimes there's no comments, or like, is this video about how to pronounce something correct or not? I don't know. I don't need an app. Fuck that. I can get a fucking app. I think it does it. I don't know if I care enough to get an app. Well, I'm not going to get an app. The thing about the extension is I think that soon enough it won't be accurate. It'll be like a vague estimate. But maybe the vague estimate is enough for what I'm talking about. Yeah, in terms of the Tech on Kingcrete video, I did, I looked at a lot of different interviews. So if you look through them, you can see all sorts of information that isn't going to be present in the movie or the behind the scenes. But the thing is, the stuff I'm talking about would still be annoying even outside of like removal of dislikes, because they're just stuff that's a little bit more vague. Wait, what? Martin? Wait, Martin? Martin? How do I even say that? Is Marty? Mr. M. What are you talking about with Slime Adventures? Yay, the sea. I have no idea what you're talking about. Why would I have mentioned it in the Mind Game video? It's nothing to do with Mind Game. Oh, I'm glad people enjoyed the video. It took a little while to edit. It was a bit of a pain in the ass, to be honest. Just because of the amount of going back and forth. So Slime Ventures. This was done at Production IG. Why would I have mentioned it? The thing is, the only people who care about dislikes, I mean, some people like get bothered about dislikes, which is fair enough, but like, I feel like the majority of people that care about dislikes are corporations that don't like their, you know, videos being review bombed, or like, you know, dislike bombed. Like, you know, the Call of Duty new trailer gets like a 70,000, 100 million dislikes, or Sony when like a Ghostbusters trailer comes out. They don't like it when people dislike something they're not supposed to dislike. I guess now we just have to extra be angry in the comments, right? You have to just write dislike in the comment and get people to like your dislike comment, or make like just be more loud. So like, I don't think this has stopped any type of like harassment. Also, when you're in the studio, which you have to be a lot, you can see the percentage on each of your videos. So it actually doesn't mean a damn thing, because I can always see it. Just no one else can see it. Yeah, I probably did put it on in the 4 plateaus, but it's a bootleg, so it might not even exist anymore. Like, this isn't it's not official merch. So it just exists as it does, Necromona. Oh, Martin. Okay, I'll call you Martin. Noise Insect is a 4C production. That's why I mentioned it. Noise Insect is a short from Morimoto, and you also worked on it. It's also mentioned in the interview notes, but it's as far as I understand, it's a 4C production. It was a 4C short. That's as far as I understand. Like, that's why I would have mentioned it. Like, I'm not going to mention everything that Yuasa does. Like, I did have a couple like clips where you see his animation and what he was working on at the time, I guess. But like, yeah, I'm not going to mention every little piece because, you know, I'm focusing more on the 4C side of it. Like, I'm pretty sure Wait, I could actually, where's that little booklet? Alright, let me get out this official booklet from Children of the Sea, which has a list of the notable releases of 4C in the back of it. And I imagine if Noise Insect is any, it should probably be in here somewhere. Wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, it is. Alright, so the works of Studio 4C start with Memories in 1995. I don't think this is conclusive, but this is like the big ones. So in 1995 you have Memories. In 1996, I think that's wrong. I think 1995 is actually Extra's release date, but maybe in the States. He mentions 1995. But yeah, Extra comes out, which is the music video. Then in 1997 we have Noiseman Sound Insect, a short animation created by 4C and Bandai Visual. Although it's just a 15-minute film, it won hardcore fans in its swift pace of story and attractive imagery. Character designer on it, Morimoto, and director. In 1998 we have Eternal Family, which is a bunch of short ads that were put together. 1998 as well, we have Spriggan. Then a music video from In Survival, Digital Juice, which is a collection of short animations, 2001, Ariete also in 2001, Ace Combat 4, that's mentioned in 2002, which will be in the full video. We'll talk about that a little bit. Yeah, and it goes on and on and on and on. But yes, there you go. This book that comes, I don't know if it's even an official source, but it was an official release, so I imagine they would have to have confirmed it somewhere. But yeah, there you go. 4C production. Juicebox, thank you very much. Van? I don't think they can really control public opinion, but I feel that like getting rid of dislikes just makes it less obvious to people, like what the opinion of something is. But I don't think it's very useful at all, especially considering like YouTube has serious problems that they still need to like sort out. But I would prefer they like work on their community side or protections for their like people who, you know, make the YouTube what it is, opposed to this like weird half measure that doesn't really seem to make much sense in the end. Okay, you found it. Great. Well, I mean, the version I have. I'm pretty happy with it. It's not exactly the most amazing shirt, but the quality of it's fine enough, and I like wearing it. And I make sure I'll try and get the best out of it. All right, we need to go actually. Okay. Where are we at? I'm gonna restore chat here. Okay, thank you for joining me, everyone. I need to end the stream, really. Okay, great. Yeah, Martin, I did show Noise Insect, and I showed, was it Vampire Junior or whatever it was called? I showed a clip. Mainly I showed a clip of the vampire one, because if I remember right, it was one of the first things that Yuasa directed. So I thought it would be worth, and I'd seen it before, so to me that was the first thing that came up to mention when I was talking about him barely getting into directing, but had never done movies at that point. So that's why I brought up the vampire. And the vampire clip has some funny little bits in it, like imagery wise. But yeah, that's why I brought that one up. It might have been the longest thing he directed at that point in '99 as well, because the production of Mind Game went for quite a while. I think it was 4 years, something like that, 3 or 4 years in total, but I guess pre-production as well. So he probably would have just got off working on that at the time. Okay, have a good one, everyone. Gene, thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed the search. All right, I gotta leave everyone. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.